So I know I'm not the only one whose 2020 did not go according to plan. But in this video, I want to review the goals that I had set for myself and for my business in 2020, and then give you an update on whether I reached them and why I did or did not reach them, as well as walk you through the big goals and aspirations that I have set for 2021. So I hope you're excited. I want to do a lot more videos where I am also sharing an inside glimpse into my life and, how I do things, in addition to providing the regular tips and resources that I give you on planning, prioritizing productivity, time management, and work-life balance. So for those who don't know, I'm Amber with Solutions for Simplicity, and I started this channel in August of 2019 as a way of sharing all of these things that I have learned, not just the hard way through my own personal experience as a busy working mom of 3 young kids, but also then through these years of academic research I've conducted into ways that we can live a more purposeful and productive life and really have time for it all. That is the classic question, right? How do we do it all? I don't claim to have everything figured out, but I have definitely learned a lot of things that have made a huge, huge difference. And so, as I repeatedly say, my mission is to equip you with those same strategies to free up more time for who and what you love. So again, in this video, I want to walk through the goals that I had set for myself. I'm going to open up the planner where I wrote all of them and just kind of walk through how the last year went, right? And I think it's really important for all of us to start the new year reflecting back on what did or what didn't work and why. And of course, 2020 was an exception. It was a complete anomaly. None of us has ever experienced anything like that before, and it definitely threw a wrench in the plans I had set for myself. I imagine that you experienced a lot of the same kinds of struggles, but at the same time, I concluded the year with that much more determination that I didn't want to let what happened, keep me from pursuing the big dreams I have on my heart. And there are a lot of ways in which I did just kind of reach a funk in the middle of the year. And I just, I had some real mental, emotional struggles, as I shared in this video. So, it's a constant battle for all of us. And what I really want to encourage you to do is to keep getting up, keep trying, keep pushing forward. Now, I recently made a video on how to set good goals, and I will fully admit that a lot of the goals I set for last year in 2020 did not use that method. So that is a big part of why I think I didn't attain some of the ones that I did. The other aspect, as you will see, is that sometimes our goals aren't as realistic as we might initially expect. And so we want to find this perfect balance of really pushing ourselves and setting big, hard, scary goals, but also being really realistic and recognizing what is possible versus what is, more gonna take 5-10 years or so to do. All right, enough of the chitter chatter. I have this list in front of me of the goals that I had set personally and professionally for 2020. So let me start with some of the professional goals that I had. If you don't know, I am a professor, and so I have recently gotten tenure, and it's been years. It has been so many years of hard work, striving to figure out how I was going to get the, things I needed to do for my job done while being the mom and the wife I wanted to be at home. And I really did lose my mind at more than one time because it felt so impossible. But the more I got the hang of it, and again, the more I just kept at it, the more I learned that there are ways we can better manage our time to do what we need to do. So, reaching tenure was a huge thing. I just got the notice that I did get approved for tenure in June of 2020, and that was a huge, amazing relief. It was it's one of the best things that has ever happened to me, and I'm really, really proud of it. I actually haven't celebrated that fact because, when the notice came in June, it just felt like we were in the middle of quarantine, and it was, I don't know, it was very surreal. It didn't feel like something I should celebrate because a lot of other people were very much struggling and losing their jobs, and I was struggling with my job even though I had one. You know, I'd fallen behind where I wanted to be. And so I still haven't really celebrated the fact that I did get tenure, but that was a big professional accomplishment for me in 2020. It was many years in the making. The other big goals that I had for myself professionally were to finish writing an academic book that I am doing, and I've collected all these survey data on religious identity in 9 different countries around the world, and I got this grant to write a book compiling my findings, and I'm still so freaking excited to get this out there because I have found such cool things. But the reality was that just as I was starting to turn a corner and make such headway on my book, bam, March 2020 hit, my kids' school closed, and all of a sudden my husband and I were scrambling to figure out how to navigate e-learning and all of the stress and uncertainty that went with COVID. So even though I tried, I just couldn't focus. I couldn't, even when I had a little bit of time to work, which was hard and very rare, I just couldn't, I wasn't in that space, that mental headspace I needed to be in professionally, right? To think and to write and to pull together everything that I needed to do. And then in the fall, I was back to teaching. So I was learning the ropes of all these new technological platforms and, you know, tons of virtual meetings with students. And I made a little bit of progress, but I ultimately didn't finish my book. And that felt like, if I'm being completely honest, it felt like such a failure. I planned on that being done by now, and it's not. So I'll come back to the book in a second. Apart from my job as a professor, you know that I run Solutions for Simplicity as a way of sharing all of these resources and tools with you. So I have the YouTube channel, I have my website, and I have a bunch of digital products and services that I offer to help other busy, ambitious women clear their plates and figure out how they're gonna do what matters and all that good stuff. So my goals for Solutions for Simplicity in 2020 were that I wanted to make $100,000. And I'm not going to tell you how much I made because it is something, and I'm incredibly proud and grateful for all of that, right? That was just icing on the cake on top of just the fulfillment I get from sharing and serving you. But I was nowhere close to $100,000. So I'm just looking back and kind of laughing at that, right? It's comical, and I very much hope that someday maybe I will be at that point because my husband and I are really working hard to save money so we can pay off our home and just get out of debt and quit our jobs and have more family time and all that stuff. But yeah, that one did not happen. I wanted to have 100,000 YouTube subscribers by December 31st, 2020. And I am so grateful for each and every one of you that has watched my videos and maybe subscribed to my channel and maybe been here since the beginning, because I hope you see how much my videos are getting better and how much more I just have to offer, right? There's so much I want to say and want to give you through these videos. But at this point, this is January 4th, 2021, I am currently at 440 subscribers. And so this past year has been a real learning experience in terms of how difficult it is, how time consuming it is to be a YouTuber and to reach those YouTube milestones, because I thought that getting to 1,000 subscribers and, you know, just racking up the views would be relatively easy. Turns out it is not. And, you know, I look back and I have a lot of things that I know I could or should have done better in order to maybe grow faster. And I'm hopeful that momentum is picking up. And so, you know, I'll come back to my current goals in a second, but suffice it to say, I did not get anywhere close to 100,000 YouTube subscribers. And I just also want to take a moment and emphasize how much I have realized that it's not about the numbers, right? I didn't realize this at the beginning of last year, but the numbers they're not important. What is actually important is reaching the right people and making sure that I am helping you. So, again, that's why I'm laughing at my unrealistic goals, because I was too caught up in what we call those vanity metrics at the beginning of last year. And now all I want to do is just reach the right audience and make sure that the value I am giving is really helping you live a simpler, more purposeful, and productive life. I had the goal of developing 5 new products for my business last year, and I am then super excited to announce that I reached this goal. I actually developed 6 products last year, and I'm all the more proud of this because the Solutions for Simplicity is my side gig right now, right? I work full-time as a professor, and so every little bit of time that I have spent on Solutions for Simplicity comes late at night or early in the morning, and in these windows of time around my other commitments to my job and my family. So the fact that I was able to make 6 digital products, I'm just really proud of that. And they were, they're products I'm just really excited to continue to promote and to reach more people. I really feel like really good things are just going to continue to happen. And again, I just want these products to be helpful to you. So I'll put some links in the description if you want to check out things like my Ultimate Guide to Planning, my Simpler Life Challenge, my Harness Your Time Masterclass, or my Ready, Set, Reset Your Life course. There were a handful of other products that I developed this year, and yeah, just really proud of how those things turned out. All right, my personal goals for 2020. Let's get there, okay? So unfortunately, one of my big goals was to be able to travel to Colorado and spend time with my family, my parents, and so forth, because I live in South Carolina and it's not easy to travel with my young kids. But then when COVID hit, obviously travel came to a standstill. And so it has been incredibly heartbreaking that I haven't gotten to see my family in, well over a year. So I really am hopeful that I can travel and get to see my mom and my dad sooner rather than later, and many times to make up for the year of not seeing each other. But I was just really bummed that I didn't get out to see my family. I had the goal of being in the best shape ever, and I wanted to achieve that by July of 2020. Again, kind of in line with the numbers thing that I was saying earlier, I realized that it's not about a weight or a specific body fat percentage or even my appearance in general. It's more about how I feel. And, my body, my brain, everything has just been really used. I don't know, lack of a better expression. I've just really pushed myself so hard over the last 7-8 years, having 3 kids in 4 years while working this really demanding career and now being an entrepreneur on top of it. Like, I haven't always put my health and my mental well-being first. So I really had wanted to prioritize working out and eating better and all that good stuff. And then again, I'm going to blame 2020 and COVID for the fact that this did not happen, because gyms closed down, my kids were home, and I was just in that depressed, anxious state where I know that exercise would have really helped. And when I did work out, I felt that much better. But yeah, I didn't follow through with that big goal. And so it's coming back around for 2021. This is the year where it is going to happen. All right, so a couple other little minor things, but those were the big goals that I had set for myself for 2020. And there are a few ways to look at this, right? Anytime that we don't reach a goal, I think we can give up and we can berate ourselves and feel like a failure because we had said we were going to do something and we didn't. On the other hand, the approach that I really want to take, and to encourage you to do as well, is to instead step back and evaluate what you did do, how far you did come. And so my next video is going to be on ways that you can track your progress, because I was tracking my progress on things like the number of pages I wrote towards my academic book, or, as applies here, the number of views and subscribers I was getting on my YouTube channel every single day, every week, every month. And so what tracking my progress on those different things enables me to do is look back and realize that, okay, I didn't hit the big goals and milestones that I had set out for myself. But it's not like I did nothing, and it's not like I didn't, reach any kind of milestone. I actually am really, really proud of how far I did come and of the things that I did do. And if I wasn't tracking my progress, if I didn't have those numbers to rely back on, it might be really easy to feel like a failure because I don't have anything super tangible to show, right? There's no concrete physical product yet for my book, or I haven't reached the 1,000 subscriber mark on YouTube yet and stuff like that. But I've come so far and I have done a lot. I've made a lot of progress. So I actually like to make a bar graph on top of tracking my daily progress and just, have that visual cue to keep me going and remind me that every little bit helps. And the more that we do this, the more we keep at it, you can call me crazy, but I am just so certain that it is only a matter of time. It is going to happen. So with that said, my big goals for 2021 are, professionally, to finish my academic book. This is the year where that happens, and I want to secure a top-notch, prestigious publication contract with a big university press. That's really something that I'm aiming for, and I know can happen if I apply myself. Second big thing I want to do is I really, really, really am aiming for 10,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel this year. If you recall, I had hoped to get 100,000 last year, which was really, unrealistic for that point. But I firmly believe that 10,000 is realistic for this year. And I have so much value, so much content that I can't wait to share with you. I make those weekly videos every Thursday, and to the extent that I am able, I want to be putting out even more regular content for you, hopefully maybe 2 videos a week. I can't make any definitive promises yet until I'm, done with my academic commitment in the spring and stuff like that, but I will do my best. And on that note, if you have any specific requests of videos that you want to see from me, drop them in the comments, because I really want what I'm doing to resonate with you and to be serving you. All right, my other big goal for my business is to launch a membership site. I am working really hard behind the scenes to put together this entire framework to help busy, overwhelmed women go from stuck and miserable to on top of it all, right? To have their lives together, everything is organized, and they have simplified everything they need to do so that they have that time and energy to focus on pursuing their big aspirations and goals. So I will be, giving you a lot more detail as all of that comes to fruition. And, right now I'm aiming for maybe an August, September launch date. We will see. But I hope that by putting this goal out there, by making it public and known to the world, that is all the more going to happen, right? That it's going to be reality, because I have said here and now that it's what I want to do. If you get value out of the content that I produce, would you do me a favor and do 3 things? First, please make sure and like and comment on my videos, because that really shows the YouTube algorithm that you are enjoying what I put out. Secondly, please share my channel with anyone and everyone that you think would enjoy it, anyone that would benefit from its content. And then thirdly, please consider supporting me through Patreon. There is a link in the description. Any little bit of financial assistance would help so much as I strive to increase my impact and serve more people. Thank you for your encouragement and your consideration. All right, personally, I am recommitting to that goal of getting in the best shape of my life this year. I am not going to tell you how old I am. Maybe you can guess in the comments. But I have a birthday coming up soon, and I want to prove to myself that I can do it, And I really, really want to be in incredible shape so that I can be around for my husband and my kids and living the best possible quality life. So really want to prioritize health and fitness and all that good stuff. The last goal that I have personally is that I really want to spend more quality time with my kids. And so this is something that I work really hard to do already. But again, as a busy working mom, it is hard. There are constantly these different directions I'm being pulled because I've got work demands and I've got kids' needs, and there's just a lot of unexpected stuff that also happens, plus the house and stuff like that. So my big goal for this year is to make sure that I am enjoying the simple things and really being present in the moment with my kids. I want to do a lot more of things like, putting songs on and dancing in the kitchen while we're cooking dinner, or making sure that we sit down and read a story each night before bed. We do it here or there, but a lot of times I'm just fried by the end of the day, right? So my big goal personally is to make sure that I am always the best mom and wife that I can be. Those are some of the big goals that I have for 2021. Thank you for listening. Let me know in the comments how you did, right? How did 2020 pan out in terms of the goals you had set and the big things you wanted to do? And are you abandoning those things? Do you realize they're no longer what you want? Or are you recommitting to them? If so, then join me on this journey of reaching our goals in the new year. You can look in the description for my free 90-day commitment tracker, which is a 4-page workbook to help you make that firm commitment, like a legal contract to yourself, and then track your progress as you are reaching whatever goal you have set. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, make sure and subscribe now. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and jump straight into these other videos so that you can get more of my top tips. I'll see you back soon. Have a great day.